I mean, you're getting to the end of the race, you get greedy. And what you know, it's almost like you got 10 laps to go. You're not thinking about what am I going to do 20 laps from now. You've got to get everything you can get every single lap of this race right now, or what's left of the race. And there's not enough room sometimes, but it's typical.
And so much of being successful is about anticipation, not just knowing what you're going to do, but trying to figure out what all the guys around you are thinking as well.
Well, again, you have to. There's nothing you really can't think about it down the road. You're reacting to everything that's going on around you, and we talked about it earlier. You're just hoping that one guy doesn't make that mistake that's going to take out you and a lot of other guys. That's what happened right there.
Matt Kenseth leads this race. Tony Stewart, who started 42nd, is running in the second position. Kenseth started on the pole this evening. Greg Biffle is third. Casey Kane, who's had some issues tonight, finds himself in the fourth position. And Jeff Burton is fifth. His teammate Kevin Harvick is seventh. They played a little bit of a different strategy tonight. As soon as the green flag went in the air, they dropped to the back. A little bit of a different pit cycle for those RCR cars, but they avoid the big one, and now here they are in position as we go 5 laps remaining. So we go down the stretch at Daytona, and the question becomes, do you want to lead this race, or do you want to be the man coming from behind to make it happen? Here's a survey of some of the drivers in the garage.
On the white flag, you want to be second. I think the slingshot's going to work where you can pull out and pass coming to the line.
I think you want to be second, and you want to be able to get that run.
Depends on the scenario. If you're in a tandem, obviously you want to be second. If you're in a tandem with a pack, coupled groups of cars, then you want to be leading. So circumstances.
When I won in 2008, I was second, maybe third, I think, coming off of turn 2. But sometimes it's good to be up front. Sometimes it's good to be second, third, or fourth. It all depends.
That's great if you're going to come back and get the checkered flag.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take the white flag and you're in the lead and the wreck happens, you just won the race.
Yeah. It's going to get interesting here. You've got Kenseth, a Roush driver, in first. Biffle, a Roush driver, in third. Okay, let's stick Tony over here to the side as the Stewart-Haas driver. Then we got Casey Kane in fourth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in sixth. So here's team drivers. Now we got Burton in fifth and Harvick in seventh. They're team drivers. So out of the first 7 cars, we've got 3 groups of teammates. So it's going to be interesting to see how they pair up because they're all behind each other. You know what I mean? It's the way it's staggered. Tony being in there staggers things.
Yeah, kind of, because he's kind of in the Hendrick umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
You've got,
I'll give you that.
You've got Kane.
Right now, I want to be Kenseth or Biffle.
Oh, those guys have definitely races so far, yes.
But if anybody can be the spoiler in this thing, it's Tony. I think Tony's one of the smartest restrictor plate drivers, and you've got Casey right there with him, and Casey's great, and who can doubt what Earnhardt can do? I mean, we've seen this guy come from 10th or 11th to finish second or to win races seemingly from nowhere. So he did a tremendous job driving through that wreck down there a minute ago, just avoiding that. So it's going to be interesting with these guys.
And you saw the results of our Twitter poll. Do you want to be leading or not? 51% said in the lead. 49% said they would rather rally from behind.
Let me quandary this. Was it during the truck race or the nationwide race that the 13th place car won the race?
That was the nationwide race in February.
Okay, who's 13th right now? Quapple. I'm taking Travis right now. I mean, you don't know at this point in time.
Ralph?
Well, Daytona's been a tough place for Juan Pablo Montoya this year. Tell me about that incident. What happened?
The race day was pretty good. I felt the first had a lot of motors. I had 2 guys, I had 21 on 9 pushing me, so we're making pretty good ground there. And tell you the truth, what happened, I don't know. Somebody wrecked in front of us. I lifted, I got spun into the fence, and then I got hit everywhere. You know what I mean? It's Daytona.
Good to see that Juan's okay, Ralph. Been an eventful year at Daytona for him. We all remember the jet dryer incident in the 500. 1982, Bobby Allison won both the Daytona 500 and the Summer Classic here at Daytona. Matt Kenseth trying to do it tonight. Heard from Juan Pablo Montoya. David Gilliland has also been released from the infield care center. When they take the green flag, there will be 2 laps to go. This will not be one of NASCAR's 3 attempts at a green-white checker because we are still within regulation. And once we get the white flag, the next flag ends it, whether it be the caution or the checker. And again, we remind you about our poll question tonight on Twitter. On the final lap, do you want to be leading or not? The fans have spoken tonight on Twitter. 51% say they want to be the leader. 49% say they want to be the leader. 51% say they do not. Matt Kenseth on the inside lane. He's led 88 laps tonight. Greg Biffle right behind him. 4 last lap passes for the win in the last 11 races here at Daytona. We'll see if we get one. Tony Stewart, no stranger to success at this track. He's won 3 of the last 7 summer races. Pace car is off. We're going green, and we're going to settle it at the world center of racing. Casey Kane giving a nice push to Tony Stewart in that outside lane.
This is Hendrick against Roush right here.
Yes, it is.
Ford and Chevy.
Got the RCR guys behind him. That's Burton and Harvick hooked up right behind the Roush guys on the inside lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they drop to the outside and make it 3 wide.
Yeah, 2 to go. Nobody's looking at a single gauge in these cars.
No.
And nice run down the back straightaway on the inside for those Roush guys.
And that yellow helped a lot.
Yes.
Which at 3 laps ago, they got the temperatures down.
So here's your tandem racing for everybody at home right now. This is what it was last year.
Coming down through the tri-oval. Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end it, whether it's the caution or the checker. Side by side with a lap to go at Daytona.
And these guys are going to run. They're going to be leaning on each other going down the backstretch. Oh, my God. We got somebody sideways. Wow, Burton did an unbelievable job saving that race car.
Amazing save by Jeff Burton.
Now we got the 14 out there all by himself, but he got a big push to get away from those guys.
Tony Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth. And Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be...
they're stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
the final time. Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win.
Great move by Jeff Burton right there. I tell you, just a great race by Jeff Burton, I'm telling you. Incredible save, an incredible job to put him in position. And, you know, Matt's just where he's got to be. But Casey Kane deserves a lot of credit for that, too. Pushing that 14 and getting him in the right
Did you
position.
see the water spitting out of that thing, man? I mean, he sacrificed his engine right there.
We told you in Countdown to Green, it's all going to come down to the final lap, and it did not disappoint once again.
Way to drive that thing. I might figure that one day.
That's incredible.
Dale Earnhardt won 34 races here. That's more than anybody when you go across all the series. Second on that list at this track, Tony Stewart. Tonight, he collects his 18th checkered flag. And it's his 4th in this race in the last 8 years. And oh, by the way, now he's got 3 wins, joining Brad Keselowski. How huge will that be when we head to the playoffs in September? Did get a report that Marcus Ambrose, involved in that earlier accident, hard hit, has walked from the infield care center. And it appears that everyone that was involved in this accident coming to the checker has been able to walk away. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s window net is down. There you see him walking across the infield.
Yeah, these guys won't even probably ride in an ambulance. That's what you got to do once you wreck if you can't drive your car back.
Everybody got their money's worth tonight.
Yeah, watch the 14 car. It's a huge shot here.
Watch his 17 go in the corner. He takes 2 handfuls. This thing goes down. You see him right there.
He's got the 16 is leaning on him.
Leaning on him. Just leaning. And when they separate, that 14 car had just enough go to get around him, clear him, and pull over in front of him and block.
And like you said, the 5 car gave him such a shove in 1 and 2 right there.
And look at the 5 car coming.
Yeah.
Because the 17 and 16 had to hook back up again. And then as we get down in here, these guys are right on him. 17 wants to go up. He goes up. The 16's right there. He just... It looked like Matt comes down and gets into the 16 and knocks him down.
How many times have you seen it at Daytona? Someone's coming to the checker flag, and they're everywhere, scattering in the tri-oval behind them.
I tell you, Harvick did he did a good job, too, because Earnhardt was in the back of Harvick, actually turned Harvick down on the apron, and just about had it saved.
Yes. Earnhardt took a hard lick to the outside wall. He got turned to the outside. You see him right in the middle of the race.
So did
back
Harvick.
into the outside again.
Yeah, Harvick took a shot, too. See the 29 go down?
Yes.
And then the 16 gets hit by the 17 and gets into Harvick.
Wow. It just
Was that
closes up.
Was that Newman on the bottom? No, that was
Eric
Almirola. He was just driving along, thought he had it missed.
Jamie McMurray, Kyle Busch, some of the other drivers involved. Travis Kvapil, there's Jeff Gordon driving through the grass. Tony Stewart will be glad to hear that everyone's okay after he celebrates in victory lane here this evening. Talked to him on Countdown to Green, asked him about the situation in qualifying after qualifying second, but his time was disallowed. Had to start in the 42nd position. Said our team made a mistake. NASCAR did what they had to do. I think we're just fine. And I agree. He played his cards right. And Tony Stewart is a winner for the 47th time in his career. Coming back to Daytona in a moment. The Coke Zero 400 on TNT is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste and 0 calories.
A good crime solver sees things others can't. So when the cases get tough,
It'd be a lot easier to find if you carried a cell phone.
they call him.
I carried a cell phone. The government could track me.
I am the government.
My point exactly.
The new series, Perception, premieres Monday at 10, only on TNT.
When you're looking for an alternative to spending full price for auto parts, check out Fred and Jack's Auto Salvage. Cars, trucks, and SUVs from domestic to foreign right on the lot. Use American Express, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, or cold hard cash. Don't pay more than you need for auto parts. Come to Fred and Jack's Auto Salvage.